Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Thursday, February 17th, 2022. Stand up for your country. So Hillary Clinton back in the news cycle. Isn't this interesting? She's kind of popped out of wherever she was hiding, and now people are talking about her again. Should Joe Biden be nervous? We're going to get into all that, but first the talking points memo on Hillary Clinton. So, as you probably know, the special counsel, John Durham, working for the Justice Department, announced last Friday, 6 days ago, that there was spying on the Trump Tower and the White House by a software company hired by the federal government which was involved, probably more grammatically correct, with the Clinton campaign. So I believe that's a fact, that the Clinton campaign was trying to monitor Trump transmissions on social media and on the internet in general in order to dig up dirt and damage Donald Trump. That's a felony. Now, I'm not going to get ahead of myself, as so many other commentators do. We're not going to speculate. This is a no speculation zone. I don't know if John Durham can prove it. I do know that he alleges it. So, the Hillary Clinton campaign has some splaining to do, as Ricky Ricardo once said. But Mrs. Clinton is defiant. Here's what she tweeted. Quote, Trump and Fox are desperately spinning up a fake scandal to distract from his real ones. So it's a day that ends in Y. The more his misdeeds are exposed, the more they lie. For those interested in reality, here's a good debunking of this latest nonsense. And as you reported yesterday, as you might know, the left-wing press is either ignoring the Durham allegations or trying to debunk it. I don't think there's anybody trying to investigate it, which is what should happen. But no, we all know what's going on with the corrupt corporate media. Now, I heard a number of people say Hillary Clinton did it. She paid for the information, bogus information as it turns out, against Donald Trump. Don't do that, all right? Because that lessens the credibility of the allegation. It's the Hillary Clinton campaign. So we don't know whether Hillary Clinton was involved or not. Because oftentimes, the person who's running doesn't know what the people behind them are doing. Richard Nixon didn't know that the plumbers were going to break into the Watergate Hotel and try to tap the DNC way back in 1972. However, when he found out, he lied about it, tried to cover it up, and that's why Nixon had to resign. So we don't know what Hillary Clinton's involvement was. We have to wait, not speculate. That rhymes. Wait, not speculate. Because look, if you want to be a credible source of information, and I believe I am, all right, I think I've proven that over 25 years of doing news analysis, you can't out-kick your coverage, as they say in football. You have to go where the evidence leads you. And so many people don't do that today because it's more shocking and exciting to accuse without any backup, and you don't need backup anymore. Even in the network news or the cable news, you don't need to back anything up. You just throw it out there. We don't do that. But I will say it's a serious situation. Durham, he's going to take his time. I don't expect it, shortly. But he's got something here. And the timing of it is going to be very interesting because Hillary Clinton, I believe, does want to run for president in 2024 and senses that Joe Biden will not be able to do that. And that is the memo. So where is Joe Biden today? Well, he went to Cleveland to talk about infrastructure. Why? Nobody cares about this. It's a total waste of the taxpayer dollars to get on Air Force One and fly out there. For what reason? I'll tell you what the reason is. To show Mr. Biden is robust. Macho guy. In control. So look, he's going to Cleveland to talk about infrastructure. Won't get any coverage. Now, he did say again, I think for the 18th time this morning, that he thinks Putin's going to invade Ukraine. All right, look, that's his opinion. He's got more intel than I have. I still am holding to my opinion that Putin will not do it because it's going to hurt Putin. And Putin, of course, lives his life for Putin. And it will hurt him if he does it. No doubt about it. He's got to know that. So I'm sticking, but I could be very wrong. Very, very wrong. If I am, obviously, I'm going to have to do a mea culpa to everybody. But anyway, Biden, every time Biden goes out or his security people go out and go, oh, you're going to do it, stock market goes down 500 points. So don't do that, Joe. All right? You already told us you think he's going to do it. You only need to do it again. Okay. So I can't see any way Putin goes in before Sunday, which is the end of the Olympics in China, because if he did, he'd hurt his new pal, Xi, the president of China, right? Just logic. Okay, what about Joe Biden and the court of public opinion? UC Berkeley Institute of Government poll. They asked 8,937 California registered voters whether they approve or disapprove of Joe Biden's job performance. 47% approve, 48% disapprove. Now that is incredible because California is the most liberal state in the union. And I don't think it's close. Oregon would probably be second, Illinois third, New York fourth, Massachusetts fifth. That's kind of the ranking. California leads the league in radical leftist thought. And for most of the folks out there to go, oh, I don't like Biden, don't like what he's doing, that is a sign of the times. Another poll, all right, Morning Consult. And this poll, the methodology looks like it's fair. Republican 35, Democrat 36, Independent 29. How would you rate President Joe Biden on handling COVID? Excellent or good, 39. Fair, poor, 57. And the biggest number is poor, 41%. So COVID is haunting Joe Biden. And to be fair, Biden hasn't done anything about COVID. And Fauci, where's Fauci? Seen him lately? I haven't seen him. Not around. Something happened. Okay, maybe he's on vacation. Maybe he's quarantining. But I haven't seen Fauci around. I don't know where he is. Ukraine update. I wish I could tell you, but I can't. And once again, Putin is a guy who wants power. He's already won. Even if he doesn't invade, he can say, all right, for the good of world peace, I'm not going to invade. But I should. I'm justified. But for the good of the world, I won't. That's how he gets out of it, if he wants to get out of it. But he is going to, that Russian economy is going to get hammered if he goes in there. All right, COVID update. Studies, and I know some of you don't believe any of the studies. I know that. Say 73% of Americans are now immune to COVID. This is from the Institute for Health Metrics. Wow. The problem with it is, do I believe that 73% of Americans are immune to COVID? I don't know. I have no blanket idea. But the problem is that immunity wanes and new variants circulate. So, all right, you still got to be careful. So I was at Madison Square Garden last night watching the Knicks explode. They were ahead almost 30 points and they lost. But it was close proximity in the Garden. And I wouldn't say I was nervous, but, a lot of people want to shake my hand, and I'm very flattered. I just fist bump them. Okay, that's what I do. And it was close quarters there, but you got to live. But you got to be careful, too. Okay. COVID 2-week change. Cases down 68% as I predicted they would be. The COVID pandemic has shined a light on the biotech industry and how it can benefit our health. My go-to tech expert, Jeff Brown, angel investor, editor of Brownstone Research, tells me the biotech sector is seeing accelerated growth in therapeutic and tech development. Yet it's the most undervalued sector. So even with the volatility in the economy today, Jeff is bullish about biotech in 2022. Jeff's newsletters at Brownstone Research will educate you on how the latest technology affects our lives and how to profit from that. It's important to have an independent expert, only accountable to you, helping to protect and grow your retirement savings. So, get help to preserve your wealth. Sign up for Jeff's newsletter today. Go to jeffbrowntech.com, jeffbrowntech.com, jeffbrowntech.com. Okay, another poll. Are you tired of the polls? But they're pretty interesting today. This is, again, Morning Consult. And it asked, which of the following comes closest to your opinion the Republican Party should continue to focus on former President Donald Trump's claims of election fraud in 2020? 23% of the registered voters polled want that to continue. 64% do not. And only 37% of Republicans said Donald Trump should continue to pound election fraud. So this reconfirms what I have been telling President Trump myself, and that I believe for a long time. You look ahead. You look ahead if you want to be president again. Okay? So right now, some of the polls show if the election were held tomorrow, Trump would beat Biden. And he'd beat Hillary or whoever the Democrats throw up there. But he could do better, Donald Trump could, if he would stop with the election of 2020. But I'm not saying he should reject his opinion. His opinion is the election was a fraud. He has a perfect right for that opinion. If I were him, I would simply say, I believe the election of 2020 was a fraud, and if I am reelected, I am going to appoint a special investigation by the Justice Department to look into all the things that I think happened. So that's what should have happened right away. But that way, Donald Trump could get hard data about alleged election fraud and would have the resources to do it. And I think the American people would want to know the truth. I certainly do. But to continue to harp on it when he has a record of achievement, and even if you don't like Donald Trump, you can't say that his policies were bad for the country. They were not. They were basically good. And one of the facts of my statement that Trump's policy was basically good was the southern border. So in the last year of Donald Trump's administration, 450,000 foreign nationals were encountered by the Border Patrol. 450,000. In the first year of Joe Biden, 2 million. Jumps from 450 to 2 million. Why? Because Trump had finally gotten the Remain in Mexico policy, whereby people who applied for asylum or had some other legal beef that they wanted to stay here were sent back to Mexico while their cases were adjudicated and then called back to USA when there was a hearing. It's good policy, right? But that policy took Donald Trump years to get. And on the history tour, I asked him about that. Go.
Representatives from Mexico came in, and I handed them a list, and they smiled also. They said, no, I'm sorry, we're not going to do any of these. I said, here's what we're going to do. If this isn't approved by Monday, this was a Wednesday, if this isn't approved by Monday, we're going to put a 25% tariff on every single thing that you sell into the United States, including cars, because, you know, they took 32% of our automobile manufacturing business over the course of 20 years, 25 years. So it was very interesting, though, the response. So they wouldn't even think about doing it. Nobody thought it would be possible. I would say I got the approval in about 2 seconds. They looked at me and they said, we'd love to do it.
Now, Trump has a pretty good grasp of facts. Okay, now I showed you that clip because tonight, Thursday, all right, at 8 p.m., BillO'Reilly.com premium and concierge members can see the highlight reel of all 4 Trump history shows. We put it together. We're streaming it from 8 p.m. Eastern Time tonight to midnight Monday in honor of President's Day weekend and because we like you. Now, if you are not a premium member or concierge member to BillO'Reilly.com, and remember, you get it free if you are, okay, there's a small fee to see it. It is worth your time. So we've cut it. It's a highlight reel of a lot of different subjects, but you will see a totally different Donald Trump. Totally different than what he does in his rallies and what he does with the press on the news shows. He is totally different. He is very specific about, and that's what he did. He told Obrador, the Mexican president, look, you don't put the Mexican army on the southern border with the USA and on the northern border with Guatemala, Guatemala's northern border. If you don't do that and stop this amazing flow of migrants toward the USA, we're going to slap a big tariff on everything and your economy will go into recession. So Obrador, he didn't have any choice. He had to do it. But has that been reported by the news agencies? No. I had never heard that specificity before. I knew that he did it, but I didn't know exactly how much it was and how fast he got it done. Now, we got 100 more of those on every topic you can imagine on this Trump History Tour stream. Okay, so again, tonight, Thursday, February 17th, 8 p.m. till Monday, midnight. And I hope you do watch it. And if you do, let me know what you think. Okay, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com. Are you looking for your next investment? Bill O'Reilly here. There are 8 reasons to look at the NRIA Real Estate Development Fund. Stable monthly cash flow payouts with double-digit targeted bonus returns. They strategically develop in lower-risk, high-demand neighborhoods. Prime new construction is short on supply and high on demand. Diversification is safety from stock market risk. They have a short and long-term strategy for returns today and down the road. Specifically designed pandemic-hardened buildings. They are 15-year industry leaders with a proven track record. So if you've been sitting on the sidelines or want to diversify, please start your due diligence at nria.net or call 800-800-1414. That's easy, 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
All right, let's go to the final thought of the day. Life is hard. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Bad things happen continually. They just happen. Annoying things. Sometimes they're little, sometimes they're big. So we set up the concierge membership on BillO'Reilly.com, where you can email me directly about anything you want. It's private. And then if it's a problem, I give it to my crack staff to research, and we come up with an answer for you. Now, some of the concierge members, they're deep into conspiracy stuff, and that's what they ask about. And I'm polite, but I don't live in that conspiracy world. But a lot of the concierge members, they got problems. Finance, family, a whole bunch of stuff. All right, some have been ripped off. They don't know where to go. This is valuable. This concierge membership will enhance your life. It's not a lot of money. And if you upgrade from premium to concierge, you get a sign book from me. Not just a book, free, a sign book. Become a premium member, you get a free book. Okay? So I once again recommend that you think it over. All right? if you trust this broadcast and you trust me as a human being, I will try to help you. All right? And we do have a crack staff lined up to do that, to give you honest information. And I'll tell you, if I can't do anything for you, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why. But this service, it's been in motion, I think, 2 years now, really helped a lot of people. So I hope you check it out. Sunday column will be up at noon. Don't forget the Donald Trump streaming tonight through Monday. Got to see that. And we really appreciate you guys watching and listening to the No Spin News. We'll see you soon. AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, is the leading conservative advocacy and benefits organization in America. I am an AMAC member, and you should be too. AMAC gives you access to exclusive benefits, insightful takes on today's news, and a magazine full of uncensored content that you will not find anywhere else. Most importantly, AMAC is working tirelessly to preserve the freedoms enshrined and secured by our Constitution. AMAC has become one of the most impactful organizations in America because more than just talk, AMAC gets things done. They are pushing back against the efforts to defund our police, weaken the borders, and replace your freedom with government control. But they need your help. Stand with me and more than 2 million patriots and join AMAC today at amac.us. That's AMAC.us. amac.us, and tell them O'Reilly sent you.
Bill O'Reilly is back on TV and only on The First. No Spin News, every weeknight at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on The First.